Hagan's Motor Pool owner, Mike Hagan, is with me now on the phone. Mike, great to speak with you. Thanks for the time. So did you make this decision about the promotion before the Orlando massacre or after?
Hi, Deidre. Yes, we made this decision well before all of this went down. We unveiled this on May 12th. And I'd like to correct the headline. Not everyone who buys gets one. It's only with qualifying vehicles and people who can pass their background check like they would be purchasing any other firearm.
Okay, the background check makes all the sense in the world. I assumed that, actually. But as far as the vehicles, which ones? Are they vehicles that you feel like need a sales incentive? Are they higher end? How do you make the decision from a business point of view?
We actually didn't change our pricing based upon this promotion. We have some vehicles that are kind of in the lower end of pricing where it doesn't make financial sense for us to give away such an item included with the deal. So those vehicles simply just don't qualify for the promotion.
So let me ask you, Mike, you clearly stated you made this decision in May. When you see an event like the Orlando massacre, does it make you rethink the giveaway?
I don't see how it couldn't. I mean, that event was absolutely terrible. And, I mean, obviously, anybody who would attempt to profit as the result of a terrorist attack is pretty disgusting, in my opinion. But that was not our motivation at all. And
no, of course. I mean, your motivation is for, I'm assuming, gun enthusiasts or people who want to own these as part of a collection. As you say, they go through a background check. But when you see how basically very sick people use them, does it change your decision?
It has not changed my decision, though I have given it very careful consideration and spoken to many of my customers and members of my community, and they all gave me support and their blessing in continuing with this. So I did consult, you know, many people I know in this area before deciding to continue with this promotion.
So, Mike, are you seeing an increase then? I mean, this obviously has to make business sense, or else you wouldn't do it. How have these promotions changed your bottom line?
It's been good for us. You know, the traffic has been really good coming through the door, and all the phone calls and emails and everything. And you know, surprisingly, there's been a tremendous amount of positive support even after this has gone pretty public. And there's been very little negative phone calls or any of that stuff. And even when there is, I'm typically able to reason with that person, and we just come to an understanding that we don't agree. But
so, Mike, though, as far as the bottom line, because you're responsible for your dealership, how much money you bring in, of course, that represents what you can pay your employees. How much is this moving the needle on the bottom line of your business?
It's been very helpful. It has definitely increased our sales volume, and you know, it's increased the amount of exposure we're getting.
So are you seeing an increase in demand? A lot of people say that when, for example, Democrats or people leaning even further left try to propose legislation that would outlaw certain kinds, for example, the semi-automatic, that all of a sudden sales go through the roof. So you're not selling them, but do you hear your clients, your customers talking more about that?
A lot of my friends and clients are actually left-leaning and liberal, and in New Hampshire, a lot of them agree with what we're doing. We're supporting the Constitution, and many of my left-leaning friends agree with what we're doing.
They do agree, even though do you have to have a conversation with them, or they just agree because it's a constitutional right?
Many of them agreed long before we did any of this.
You, sir, I know, served in Afghanistan. Do you have any kind of perspective on what you see as this increasing terrorist threat in the U.S.?
I really don't have, you know, too much perspective on that. I've been out of the Army since 2011, and you know, I follow the news a bit and stuff, but you know, I think it's important for people of all types to start considering taking their personal safety into their own hands.
Mike, I thank you very much for the time. I'm glad you could join us.
Well, I really appreciate it, Deidre, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.